Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Queen Sugar. So Spirit is literally channeling a message to me as I'm getting ready to cook or prepare to cook. So we're gonna channel some messages while we are preparing to make some dinner, but I'm excited to just like channel the message because I feel like it's needed for a lot of people right now. It was needed for me, and so it's just something I want to share with everybody since I have the time to do so, and just thought, why not multitask and film and record? So I'm just gonna start channeling the message that Spirit had for me at this time to share with you all. And that message literally is rest, recharge, and readjust. And it is something that I needed to hear, as well as kind of like just accept the fact that like, hey, we do need to recharge, we do need to rest. A lot of times we think like, oh, getting our nightly rest is enough rest, and it's like sometimes if you don't even get that quality rest from sleeping at night, you're not 100% getting the best rest that you can receive to be productive and proactive throughout the week. And so I feel like this is something that we need to hear, especially coming out of like, as I'm filming this Mercury retrograde, we're still in the post, period of Mercury retrograde, and just with all the other energies that are going on, it's important that we rest and we schedule that time for ourselves to rest and let it be uninterrupted, right? So like not being on social media, not being on the phone too late, or just giving ourselves in multiple ways when we are literally surviving off of fumes, And it's okay to tell somebody no, it's okay to take a break. And that was something that I had to work through and learn, that resting is actually being productive, because your body needs to heal, your body needs to rest, it needs to just catch up on everything. In addition to that, it needs the energy to continue to perform and do its bodily functions, versus like you getting 3 hours of sleep, trying to do everything in the world the next day, and wondering why you have headaches, wondering why you're not feeling well, wondering why you're irritable. And so Spirit is saying like, it's time to rest. It's time to give yourself the space to rest and let it be uninterrupted. Let it be just for you. Like, that is a form of self-care. That is a form of self-love. That is a form of self-appreciation, and recognizing that it doesn't mean that you're not doing something right or well because you need rest. A lot of people feel like, oh, I gotta hustle and grind, I gotta get this money, I gotta do this and that, and then I'll rest. And it's like, no, rest. Because if you don't rest, what's going to happen is you're going to be burnt out, and then guess what? You're not going to be able to get the money and do all the things because you're tired, you're overexhausted, you're overwhelmed, you're stressed out now, your body is stressed. And what causes us to get sick at times is when our body is overactive and stressed out. What's going to happen? You get a cold, or you feel very achy, you feel tired, and just like you can't do much. So rest. Resting is important, and that's like the big message that Spirit just want to kind of like channel in this exact moment. So I just wanted to share that because I'm sure a lot of you need to hear it. I needed to hear it. So we're gonna rest. And in addition to resting, we said, recharge. So like allowing your body to recharge. A lot of times I have a bad habit of this. I'll get in the bed with the intention to rest, but I don't rest. I just do stuff on the computer while I'm in bed. So it's like my body is somewhat resting, but I'm still using my mind, I'm still working. And so letting yourself recharge by taking a break from everything, no screens, nothing. And that can be extremely helpful for you mentally and emotionally, because you're not engaging yourself in those different avenues as much while you're resting. So resting, recharging, getting rid of the distractions as needed, and being okay with that. And then readjusting, I feel like with the readjusted piece, Spirit is saying, like, it's important to remember that just because something worked well for you 2 years ago doesn't mean it might work well for you now. You know, some people might say, like, oh, you know, I can get off for 4 hours of sleep. I used to do it all the time in college. Now at this big age, you're like, wait a minute, I need my 7 hours. So what are we gonna do? You have to readjust your schedule. You have to readjust your priorities and think about what exactly do I need to be done throughout the day. And then in addition to that, what am I doing to make sure that happens at a time, in like a timely fashion? Am I spending too much time on social media? Am I spending too much time on the phone? Am I spending too much time doing other stuff that's not literally helping me get closer to my goal or to my purpose? And just readjust your schedule. So if that means, hey, when 9 o'clock hits, that means the phone is put away, that means I'm in bed and I'm going to bed, and that's it. Or like during the week, and maybe on the weekends it's like 10 o'clock or 11, whatever, you know, or making sure that you get in bed by a certain time every other day, like depending on your schedule and what you have to do. Sometimes people, you know, work night shifts, so they can't obviously go to bed at night. So figuring out like what makes sense for you in your schedule in order to, you know, create a schedule in a plan to be your best and to get as much rest and much how do I word it, like it's Spirit is giving me a visual with too, just peace of mind, because a lot of that too, you are very anxious, it could come from not being able to get rest, and that just builds up that anxiety. So that is that. But yeah, I just wanted to share that message with you all. And I hope that resonated, and I hope it, you know, was for somebody that needed to hear it in this moment. And you do rest at some point.